So actually, before I say anything about this discussion, I would like first of all to just extend my greetings to our fellow brothers and sisters in Nigeria. So particularly, I'm just going to say Ekelemonu to all the Igbos. That's the closest dialect there that I can actually greet. So ekele morning to all our Nigerian brothers and sisters and neighbors to Ambazonia. So Ndewonu to everybody back home in Nigeria. My name is Silas Atekfo. Again, I cannot stop thanking you all for the support you have given our revolution thus far. And particularly to all the Eastern regioners for the support that our refugees continue to receive from your people and some of your governors out there, the entire community. So, as an Amazonian activist, I am very, very happy and grateful for all that you people are doing for our people, and particularly for all Nigerians in the diaspora who have contributed to support our refugee communities in Nigeria. So I am very, very grateful, and I feel the need to comment on this discussion, so to give some kind of perspective to where all of this is going. And to begin, I also want to acknowledge that we understand the dynamics of the Nigerian politics and the situation of the Biafrans, particularly that is a situation which also brings immediately to mind each time the Amazonian case is mentioned. A lot of Nigerians and even politicians continue to try to look for these parities and analyze consequences of how our struggle can impact the situation in Nigeria. For the record, personally, I would just want to state that as an activist for justice, uh, I am completely against all forms of subjugation of a people by whether a colonial regime like the one in Yaoundé or a government like that of Nigeria subjugating a community, groups of persons from any angle. That is injustice, and I strongly, strongly condemn the suffering of the people in Nigeria and the community, Biafran community, as they continue to feel the alienation and the subjugation, the maltreatment, the corruption that have impoverished the Biafran land. All this while, it is something that's those of us Amazonians we are completely against, and we support fully the right of all human beings to fight for their rights, irrespective of whoever is abusing them. Abuse of humanity of any kind is intolerable, and personally, as an activist, I condemn all such barbarism. So I just want to give this shout out to the Nigerian people, to the Biafran community, and particularly to all Nigerians who feel that the current state of affairs in Nigeria is not working for the Nigerian people. As an activist, I encourage and empower you all to go out there and challenge the system, because the current system doesn't work for Nigeria. And if it doesn't work for Nigeria, it means it doesn't work for Africa. And as an African, I completely support any course of action that brings stability, justice, and peace to Africa. So, but we will not do that in dishonesty. We must understand the dynamics and the truth that every case carries. So I'm going to be talking about a certain dynamic that just came up in our Amazonian community recently by one of our Amazonian leaders having a press conference coming up this 9th of April 2021 with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the Biafra, right now trying also to establish a state from Nigeria. My heart goes out to all the millions of Biafrans that have been lost to this barbaric a system, because it's been a system from one president to the other. Biafrans have suffered for decades now, and it's a systemic problem that needs urgent international attention. It must be handled as such. So, this frenzy on the social media about um, Dr. Lucas Cho Ayaba of the Ambazonian Governing Council having a press conference with Mazi Namdi Kano of IPOP, which is who is the leader of the Biafra quest for their state, just like the Ambazonian quest. This frenzy caused a lot of commotion yesterday within the Ambazonian social media circles, and frankly, even out of the Ambazonian social media circles, people are interrogating what this could mean. First, let me just state that, and actually, a lot of people have also called me to find out what my opinion is, and I think it's an important discussion to weigh in on and to give an opinion and some context to why all of this is happening and what it could mean, so that people can make valued judgment. And so it is not actually the very first time an Ambazonian is meeting with any member of the Biafra leadership. So, particularly even Namdi Kano, we remember the meeting of Siseku Peter Ako, who also had this meeting with Mazin Namdi Kano, which was also on the social media, but it did not make a lot of buzz because of first, most Ambazonians did not really think that was the direction to go, and a lot of it was quelled down. A lot of that attention to the story was covered, and I think Siseko himself realized that it is a very complex discussion, and probably went on behind the scenes and doing other stuff the way he feels necessary to move our revolution forward. And this outing by Dr. Lucas Chuayaba is gaining more buzz because of the personality of Dr. Lucas Chuayaba and his representation in the Ambazonian quest for a statehood. He is a very important figure in the Ambazonian quest for independence. So that is why so much attention was also given, and concerns about what this could possibly mean. First, also as an activist, let me just state that for any revolutionaries, anytime you make friendship, it's a plus. No matter what critics say, from a minority standpoint, where you are unpopular, like IPOP and Ambazonia are coming from this perspective, each time you make friends, no matter how big or small, it is a good deal. Now, will the details of how all of this play out is left for the strategy which you intend to carry to reach your goals. That will mean how you choose which partner to interact with, and how you choose to interact, what kind of interaction you choose to have with which partner. That, I think, that is, at the end of the day, that is what this question is going to be all about. So I would say that for all those who have made engagement at all different levels to different parties, it's not only POP, it's not the only organization that Ambazonians have been reaching out to, but it is of particular interest, the issue of IPOP, because one, Nigeria, which is the biggest nation in Africa, is a neighbor to Ambazonia, and it is given that given the history and also recent events that have happened within Nigeria as relates to this crisis, also give Ambazonians a lot of concern. We remember that more than 50 something Southern Cameroonian or Ambazonian activists were abducted from Nigeria and handed over to the occupation regime in Cameroon. So all of these kinds of events and partnerships or alliances or friendship like the one announced by Dr. Lucas Chuayaba with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is, of course, going to raise concerns and eyebrows, both to the within the Amazonian population, like they've been doing since this announcement was made, as well as concerns within Nigeria and La République du Cameroon that are also stakeholders in this crisis, given that Nigeria is currently host to over 100,000 Southern Cameroonians or Ambazonian refugees. So there is a lot at stake and of interest if an organization within Nigeria that is in disagreement with the Nigerian government is aligning with Ambazonia. Given that Ambazonian movement, justice movement, it is just very common and natural that we feel sympathy for those who are going through the same kinds of subjugations like we are. So that is a natural phenomenon. So it should be expected that whether it is publicized or not, Ambazonians feel sympathy for the Biafrans, and Biafrans also feel sympathy for the Ambazonians. This is very natural when people are facing common problems, and it is the same situation here with the Biafra, and it is normal for Ambazonians and Biafrans to sympathize with each other. And to be honest, the entire Nigerian nation, given the crisis that continue to go on in Nigeria with all the different religious sectarian violence, the inaction of the police brutality, harassment, corruption, all the ills that make societies uncomfortable continue to go on in Nigeria. And at the end of the day, we citizens are all victims of bad leadership. And it is exactly what these two courses try to address. So it is normal for alignment, even if not public, it is a natural alignment just from the nature of the course, the different courses. Before I actually will just state what this looks like, the scenario. I will just present the scenario for the two regions and the nature of the partners in play, the characters in play, and what all these mean. Most of us will deduce it after my discussion here. So, but before I start, given that this video is partly due to request from other concerned Ambazonians, particularly the refugees themselves in Nigeria, who felt that given the police harassment that they have already been having within Nigeria, and now this announcement by Dr. Lucas Chuayaba of the Ambazonian Governing Council, one of the movement within Southern Cameroon's quest for a statehood, will just reinforce the already the corrupt police within Nigeria to crack down on innocent refugees for nothing. So they were very concerned, and I would like to play this audio of one refugee who actually sent me this message.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I don't know the one way you did it now. I say make I salute you. Happy Easter for you. So how you did outside? How is business, everything? Beg, don't you the way it just come up now. Why they say for social media about Nigeria, Biafra and Ambazonia. As they combine the thing together like that. That thing will come to step some of us, some of we will within Nigeria here as they complain don't study pass around like that. They think will really come to step. Because if they do this thing now like this, Nigeria military men, they can't gang up with La Republic military. Space no good there for refugees. Because they don't give refugees camp, place, where they could build a house and live until they waiting they could come cool down, where they could go back. So, even me, I not there that place, but I get feelings for them. Because if this thing continue like that, if we every day we go for on a TV station, adjust all these things, make the thing be soft, make them stop it. Make them stop it. Me no can affect our people where they don't try come and hide for Nigeria. Me no can affect them. Yes, me no can affect them. When it affect them, all of us could suffer it. Because if you're not here today, say they don't carry all the refugees and send them back. Now no go there happy. Me too, no go there happy. Yes. I beg this why I want beg you this hour. They will not do adjust this thing, me stop, I beg.
Even though a good thing for us to join with Biafra, but you know means it get to public and out. Yes. With connection they will connect under with them. Not be to public and for social media. Yes. I don't try to talk with the spokesman of Ayobachu.
So I would like to repeat this again, that each time any revolutionary movement gains a friend, it is good for that revolution. The interactions or how that friendship is expressed strategically is important. So, and Ambazonians have been meeting with different organizations around the world, and not the first time that Ambazonians are actually having any kind of interaction with the Biafra leadership. We all remember just recently, Comrade Sikot had a live broadcast. Comrade Sikot is an Amazonian activist who also shared a live show with another Biafran leader in the diaspora. And all of these interactions continue to go on. I must even confess that yours truly here, with the Justice for Naira 10 campaign, that we were canvassing for judgment in favor of the Naira 10. As spokesman for the Justice for Naira 10 campaign, we also partnered with Nigerian activists and youth movements within Nigeria to push for, to advocate for the rights of Ambazonians in Nigeria, the refugees, the prisoners that were abducted from Nigeria, to hold Nigerian government accountable. And the Nigerian Federal Court ended up passing a judgment in favor of all the abductees from Nigeria, and asked the Nigerian government to pay. We salute that, and we continue to pressure on the executive to execute that judgment. So this is just to say that Ambazonians are ready to and have the courage, and should be courageous enough to meet with anybody that brings value to justice, anybody that adds the voice to the call for justice, to the stopping of the killings of our people, the burning of our villages, the looting of our territory. All of this, anybody who is calling out these injustices is a friend to Ambazonia. For the interest of our cause now, that is where concerns come in, and we have the interest to strategically prosecute this revolution in order to achieve our intended goals. We know for sure we are looking for Southern Cameroon as a former British Trust territory that was its independence was voted by the United Nations and hijacked by French Cameroon. We are not looking for independence. We are now just want our independence to be recognized. So recognition is what Ambazonians are looking for. And in the current international arena that we find ourselves today, the recognition that Southern Cameroon is looking for is the recognition from independent nations. And if that is the goal, the strategy must reflect that direction, because we are looking for states that are independent to understand that we are equals, we are states like just as they are, and that the injustice that or the injustice that led to the recolonization of Southern Cameroons by French Cameroon is unacceptable. So if that is the goal, then we must be strategic about how we engage partners and friends. And that is what actually brought this concern to most of the people, like you just heard in the audio by that comrade. We've all seen Southern Cameroonians engage Nigerian lawmakers within Nigeria. I remember Comrade Edwin Gang in several occasions have met with lawmakers within Nigeria. We've seen that on TV. So Ambazonians continue to meet with all sides of this conflict, those as long as they understand that our people are being subjugated. So we want the international community, Nigerian government, and the people all over the world to understand that this is a quest for justice, and it is regardless of whoever Ambazonians are talking to, it is all about just bringing justice to our people, and the focus here remains justice. So again, like I'm saying, that if the goal is recognition, then the strategy must reflect it. Interacting with the friends that you make or should be structured in a way and are presented in a way that meets the direction that you are heading to. I just want to give a perspective on who Nigeria is, because the arguments that Nigeria is not a partner to the Ambazonian cause. Let's not forget that all legal challenges that Ambazonians have made within Nigeria have turned out into our favor. Abuja High Court twice ruled in favor all cases pertaining to the Southern Cameroons. You can the different administrations that come and have different interests doesn't override the Nigerian law, where the Nigerian law stands as far as our case is concerned. So you cannot jeopardize that long-term relationship, regardless of whatever friend you're making, because for some political advantage, an administration seems to think otherwise. The bigger picture is what you must always focus on, and knowing fully well that Southern Cameroonians are in Nigeria as refugees, and the Nigerian federal government legally allows them to be there, and the Nigerian federal system is ruling all of Nigeria. That at the moment, Southern Cameroonians, given the crisis situation in Southern Cameroon, highly depend on engaging in any activity within Nigeria has to be strategic. Most people even went further to criticize how Sisi Kwayu, Julius Tabe, and the other Amazonian leaders in Nigeria question what kind of relationship did they have with the Nigerian authorities operating within Nigeria, to have been picked up and given to the Cameroon authorities. Of course, the Nigerian Federal High Court proved that their stay there was justified. Nigerian Federal High Court have already justified their actions in that Abuja ruling. Now, Nigeria remains the biggest country in Africa in all from all angles, economic, political, the demography, even militarily. So we are determined either way where we want to go. And again, I continue to stress the issue of being strategic. I'm just pointing the importance of Nigeria in the present state of affairs and in the future. That Nigeria is inevitable, whether a Nigeria with Biafra or a Nigeria without Biafra. It is a partner that we cannot do without. Nigeria, with or without Biafra, is highly needed for our stability. It is not an angle that Southern Cameroonians can distort. Or we must be able to explain our actions vis-a-vis partners that also have interest within Nigeria. So this is like a caution and an advice to whoever is interacting with partners within Nigeria to be very cognizant of who they are talking to, and explain exactly to the Nigerian government, that is the authority, to make sure that the Nigerian government also doesn't take their friendship out of context. So whatever friendship that we are having with our friends in Nigeria must be properly explained to the understanding of all and sundry. So that again is just a word of caution. We need Nigeria. Not only is Nigeria the center of African politics, it is the center of foreign politics in Africa. There is no diplomatic mission that wants a Nigeria that is not their partner. Nigeria's economy, Nigeria's position in African affairs, Nigeria's geographical location is of strategic interest to international politics. So this is an area of great concern that you cannot just go in there and walk anyhow. If you navigate this area and you don't take the necessary precautions that need to be taken, you'll be creating a deep hole for yourself. You'll be creating a very deep hole for yourself, and it is important that anyone making such engagement take all of this into consideration and frankly mind the way mind the perception of what their actions could have out there, whether misconception or fact. You should really mind what the perception out there would be. That knowing all of this fact, the importance that Nigeria holds, because there is no, if you want Ghana to recognize Amazonia, Ghana doesn't want an angry Nigeria. Ghana doesn't want that. If you want America to recognize Ambazonia. America doesn't want an angry Nigeria next to a recognized Ambazonia. If you want Canada to recognize Ambazonia, Canada doesn't want an angry Nigeria next to a recognized Ambazonia. So these are some of the things that we must be able to explain to our people to understand, and to the international community to understand that our people are only looking for justice, and that is all that we seek. And we intend to keep a peaceful relationship with all partners of the international community, all Nigerian government and the Federal Republic of Nigeria being our number one partner inevitably. So these are all surgical navigations that we have to make, and we must be aware of. To the Nigerian authorities out there, who our refugees fear that because of the meeting of one of our comrades, Dr. Lucas Choyaba, who is a leader of one of the movements within our community, could cause Nigerian authorities to crack down on refugees. We are telling the Nigerian government that these are all individual efforts. It has nothing to do with refugees in Nigeria. These individual organizations are not exactly institutions of the state, and the state of Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. So while every organization within any country have the right to run their organizations the way they deem fit, but we are urging every partner of Ambazonia as so Southern Cameroon as a state to make sure that they treat our people continuously with dignity, and it is not a reflection of exactly of where the Ambazonian people, how the Ambazonian people exactly conduct business, but anybody that calls out injustice, the Ambazonian people stand with them. Anybody committing injustice to anybody wherever, the Ambazonian people stand against perpetrators of injustice. So that is simply the case that our people really want to hear. We salute all our partners within Nigeria, the governors, community organizers, youth leaders. We salute you for the advocacy that you continue to do, for all the lawyers that continue to defend our refugees whenever they get into this police harassment within Nigeria. We thank you so much, and we urge the Nigerian authorities to play civil and understand that we are only trying to make Africa better, and a stable, peaceful, just Africa is good for everybody, Nigeria included. So let's continue to advocate for justice and peace within the continent. Nigeria being a very, very vital partner and a big brother to all nations. We understand all of this. We salute the efforts of the Biafrans calling out injustice. We know that it is, we understand their pain because we are feeling the same kind of pain from a barbaric, monstrous regime of Paul Biya. I hope that this give some perspective, particularly to our Amazonian people who are concerned, and put our minds in a position where we can absorb and digest the current state of affairs. We cannot be scared of making our case, yet we have to be strategic and reasonable in how we prosecute our revolution. We cannot be scared. Whatever it takes, our enemy must understand that whatever, nothing can stand in the way of our freedom. We will never, I repeat again, we would never allow the continuous subjugation of our people by La République du Cameroon. By all means, that is not going to remain the state of affairs. Cameroon will leave Ambazonia by all means necessary. By all means necessary, again, I repeat. Thank you for watching.